Hello, and welcome to the 2021 commencement video for Tompkins Cortland Community College. I am your MC, Dr. Paul Reifenheiser, the Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. This year, we wanted to return to some normalcy for graduation. For example, we created an opportunity for graduates to come to campus, have their names read, and get their diplomas handed to them by their president while their family and friends cheered on. We couldn't do it all in one big celebration, but we could have a bunch of small little ones. And that was a great return. However, I think we all agree there's some things that we can leave behind. And in particular, I'm talking about those cliches that people always use at graduation. You know, those overused phrases that just don't even mean anything anymore. But this year I've got Pounce over here on my shoulder, the school mascot. And Pounce is going to let me know anytime I've used one of those trite phrases. By the way, Pounce is animated by a 2018 alum by the name of Max Stammer. So thank you so much for that. So, for example, if I say something like, "Be the change you want to see in the world," well, that's a cliche, and Pounce is going to let me know about it. Really, though, we wanted to do this because you deserve an original and an authentic graduation, because you're a graduating class that endured something that no one else has, ever. All right, so enough of that. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, rules are rules. All right, let's get started. Normally, this is where I would say something like, "Your hard work is about to pay off." That doesn't count, Pounce. Instead, I'll say, "Please savor this moment, because it is a product of your dedication, and it's born of hard work, and it's tempered in sacrifice." To help us celebrate, we have a bevy of fantastic speakers, ranging from students to faculty and to alumni. But first, we have a woman who needs no introduction. All right, that's fair. First, we have an accomplished administrator who goes above and beyond to help. All right, this is going to be harder than I thought. Our college is guided by a president who cares deeply about students and has spent her career advancing their success. All right. I am pleased to introduce the president of Tompkins Cortland Community College, Dr. Orinthia Montague.
Greetings, graduates, families, and friends. It is a great delight that I'm able to do this video for you today in celebration of your 2021 accomplishment. But let us not also forget our 2020 graduates who are also participating in today's ceremony. 2020 has been a year of great trauma. The COVID-19 pandemic, the loss of jobs, uprising across the nation in terms of activism, social justice, equity, and inclusiveness across our country. What I've seen from my 2020 graduates and my 2021 graduates is resilience, fortitude, the ability to move forward and achieve goals in spite of what life throws at them. This is why I celebrate with you. This is my passion for being at a community college. And the TC3 graduates, the TC3 faculty, and the TC3 staff and community members have not disappointed. Looking forward, you will be our future leaders. You have it within you to lead this great nation, not just our nation, but also across the globe, in great achievements. I have confidence that what you have learned and what you have persevered has prepared you for your future. I look forward to reading about you in the media, seeing you in the media, acknowledging all your great accomplishments beyond TC3. Please stay connected with us, whether it's through an email, a text, or stop by for a visit. We always celebrate our alums, and we're here for you for eternity. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Montague. The college has an active and engaged board of trustees. And though they don't always do their work out front for everyone to see, the work they do is of great benefit to students, to faculty, and to staff. So I am pleased to introduce, as our next speaker, the chair of the Board of Trustees, Ray Schlather.
Hello there. I'm Ray Schlather, and I'm the chair of the Board of Trustees of this wonderful school. On behalf of the board and the sponsoring counties, the county of Tompkins and the county of Cortland. Congratulations. This is a big deal, and it's something that you should rightly be proud of. Now, I know a lot of people are going to talk to you about resilience and perseverance and what have you because of the COVID, and so I'm not going to repeat all of that, but I do want to leave you with one thought. To be sure, education is learning how to learn. We all know that. But personal success, personal happiness, that's more than that. What do I mean? Well, personal success, personal happiness is a function not only of education, yes, but also it's a function of perseverance, it's a function of resilience, it's a function of stick-to-itiveness. In other words, it's a function of the stuff that you have demonstrated during this past year. And those traits will last you a lifetime. And I can guarantee you that what you have accomplished here these last 2 years, will stand you in good stead no matter what you do. So go forth, do wonderful things, and be safe. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ray. An incredibly important part of any graduation is a keynote address. And we have a great keynote speaker lined up for you today, Professor Scott Ochs. When I first met Scott Ochs about 3 years ago, it was quickly evident not only how much he cared about students, but how much he fought for a safe, equitable, and just environment for everyone on our campus. He is truly an amazing leader for Tompkins Cortland Community College. Sadly, he is retiring at the end of this academic year, and he will be greatly missed. However, we have one more job for Scott first. So I am so pleased to introduce as your keynote speaker, Professor Scott Ochs.
It's a privilege for me to be here to speak with all of you for a short time here. My name is Scott Ochs. I'm the chair of the Criminal Justice Program, also criminal justice professor. I began way back in 1987 as an adjunct instructor in criminal justice, and then I started full-time in 1993. So now, about 28 years later of full-time teaching, I am retiring. And I realized then how important this profession is and how important it was for me at the time, that it's an incredible honor to be invited into your learning experiences, but it is also a tremendous responsibility. And I also saw how serious community college students were about learning. You're an amazing group, TC3 students. You have tremendous diversity and talents and gifts you bring to us. There's cultural diversity. We have students, some of you are from different nations, and I have so enjoyed my experiences with students from other cultures. I have learned so much about them. The diversity that you bring from your home environments. When I began here, we were a commuter college, and so students were mostly from the rural areas. And then we expanded our college, we developed housing, we developed athletics, and a whole new group of students came in with very diverse backgrounds. We call them non-traditional students and traditional students. And non-traditional students are students, obviously, who aren't coming right out of high school. And perhaps they've worked in careers or jobs for several years, or took a time out on life to explore other options, maybe they're parents with children. I've even worked with ex-offenders here at the college who became spectacular students and are now professionals. So the diversity that you all bring from age groups, from cultural experiences, from where you live, from work experiences, that makes a community college unique. And that's why I chose to stay here all these decades. The other thing that's amazing is your ability to deal with challenges. I don't know what it's like to be a first-generation student. So many of you do. You come from families where you still are the first generation that's gone off to college successfully. And I can't say how much I admire you for doing that. The other thing I'm so amazed with is students who are parents. I don't know how you do it, balancing education with parenting. It's something I again admire, and you amaze me with that ability, and you don't miss a beat. I have so many students that are parents, and they balance that. And when COVID kicked in and you all had to deal with your children being home for school, plus you're taking your courses, dealing with all of us and our demands, and your resiliency again is amazing and so admirable. And then also athletes, those of you that have pursued athletics, trying to balance athletics, full-time sports with full-time college. Those of you that work, that deal with personal setbacks. When COVID hit, we all dealt with COVID. I think for you, though, for students, it had to be more challenging than for me as a professor. The college gave me computers to use. The college gave me the technology. They gave me technology support and all sorts of training. Some of you have taken courses on your phones. You had to find Wi-Fi hotspots to sit in to continue your course, yet you refused to quit. And that, again, shows your amazing courage, your amazing fortitude. The relationships that we develop here at TC3 as faculty with all of you, I wouldn't give that up for the world. One of my favorite parts of my job is the connection with students in advisement and just chatting with you about your lives and your careers, and you're opening that and allowing me as a professor to be part of that experience. And I'll mention a name, Randall Contreras, and some of you who are watching, especially faculty and staff, had the opportunity to meet Randall. Randall came to us in the mid-1990s from New York City. That was unheard of back then because we didn't have dorms. But what pulled him here was a very good friend at SUNY Cortland, and she said, Randall, you got to get your life together. Randall admittedly was at the time running with gangs. He was trying to deal drugs, and he was looking at either sometime getting in serious legal trouble or even serious harm or death because of that dangerous choices. And Randall was brilliant, I can tell you that. His writing was outstanding. And I remember chatting with him once, and I said, Randall, your writing is just off the charts. It's brilliant. You really ought to think about academia. And of course, I use that word not thinking he might not know what I'm talking about. I really didn't know what I was talking about. I was still new to academia. But long story short, he graduates, he moves on, we lose touch, and over a decade later, probably close to at least 15 years, I got an email, and it was from Randall Contreras. And he said, hi, Scott. I don't know if you remember me. I did. And he said, I'm now a professor in the California University system. I'm teaching and researching. I just finished my first book. I'm going to send it to you. And I have that book, The Stick-Up Kids, and some of you graduating who have had my classes read that book. And it's an amazing book that he wrote about. He went back to New York City to research gang life and the illegal crack industry and its involvement, its lure into people's lives and how to overcome that. And Randall spoke then at graduation several years ago. Best graduation speech I've ever seen. Far better than what I'm delivering here. Randall was amazing. And what I remember he said at the end was, for him, TC3 was the college of second chances. For some of you, maybe that's been your journey. For others, it's been the college of the first chance, and you've succeeded through that. But others may have had to try several times, or maybe went elsewhere and came here and then succeeded. And that was important. Randall talked about, there are failures, there are challenges, but we can learn through them. I think what's really important is how a person goes about choosing life. In life, we can choose to be participators or observers. Fights for human justice as well as social justice. And we can all do that no matter what our jobs are. Now, we just saw an amazing trial come to closure in Minnesota. And I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about, the case with Chauvin, the police officer who was convicted, former police officer. But my point of bringing this example up was the examples of participators versus observers. A 9-year-old chose to be a participator. A 9-year-old testified in the courtroom. A 17-year-old chose to be a participator by filming and then testifying and refusing to back down. And countless others at that scene. An EMT chose to be a participator. Even though she couldn't enter the scene and assist Mr. Floyd, she later did what she could as a human being to bring about social justice. During COVID, we've seen amazing individuals rise up in the health industry who are participators, nurses and doctors and health field employees who were the last ones to spend time with a person who might be dying of COVID at the hospital, who couldn't be with loved ones. That's a participator in life. A participator in life can be a person at a cashier job who simply talks to a person who maybe is having a rough time, is expressing concern, or a colleague, or a coworker. So to be a participator doesn't mean you have to have a title of leadership. How you approach that then determines where you go next. And the last thing I just want to share with you is there are going to be plenty of people in this world telling you what you cannot do. Don't be one of those. Don't succumb to the cannots. Show people what you can do. Now, I'm being realistic. If I say I wanted to be the president of this college, I just can't do it. Well, I've chosen not to pursue PhDs and those kinds of things. If I wanted to be president, I would need to do all that, right? So there are certainly minimum things we have to do in our lives to attain certain goals. So do not listen to the people that tell you what you cannot do. Show them what you can do. Link to those that support what you can do. And pursue those efforts and pursue those dreams. Because really, I believe what's most important is who you are. Celebrate who you are. That determines what you are. So thank you, everyone, for this opportunity and for this time to be with you in this celebration. I can't think of a better way to have spent my career and these last almost 30 years being a professor here at TC3, being able to spend time with all of you and with my colleagues. It has been a privilege and it's been an honor. So I thank you. I wish you the best in your futures. Thank you and have a great night.
Thank you, Scott. One of our new traditions here at Tompkins Cortland Community College is to invite alumni to speak as a way of celebrating our current graduates. You, as graduates, are about to become an alumni of this institution, and that means something. And it means, for example, that you're a part of something even when you're no longer with us, or even if you're not even geographically close to us. So, we've invited Professor Chris Exaver, a dynamic and engaging member of the faculty, to pull together a group of esteemed alumni to speak to you today. Professor X, take it away.
Congratulations from my heart to yours as a person who teaches at TC3. This is such a big honor, and we love our alumni. So you are the distinguished alumni who are here, and we are celebrating with you. We wish it could be in person. Well, how did your experience at Tompkins Cortland help you in your career?
Honestly, I think I give TC3 a lot of credit. Everything, honestly, like I got to try so many things that I never thought I would be interested in. I still remember my statistics class and my French class and karate and all these things that I didn't think I would ever use in the future, but I still use the same notes. When I transferred, I was tutoring other people with the statistic notes I took with Nancy Putnam's class. And as you can tell, I can still remember the teachers' names. That's how memorable the classes were. I made some of my best friends in the classes and sat in the library, pulled all-nighters, and it really prepared me for the future of just, what do I do next? What do I do with a creative writing degree? What are the options if I want to publish? Oh, there's grad school. Oh, I can do grad school. Let me plan for that.
There's like this really strong sense of community there. Like once you find your people, then you're good. And I felt like a lot of support from the college, and it's just like coming home.
TC3 really kind of gave me my initial foundation. It gave me my initial foundation of how important learning is. It really helped me develop a strong sense of developing a strong work ethic and kind of a strong sense of self. You know, in those college years, a lot of times we're really kind of discovering who we are as young adults. And looking back, you know, those years at TC3 were vital to me in my future opportunities and successes, because I was able to build a really strong foundation with a small core of advisors and professors.
Marcy, let's jump in with you. Same question. What advice would you give for others who want to set off right now and maybe creative writing? What would you say to them?
You really get out of life and education what you put into it. There's no such thing as failure unless you really are totally giving up, especially in my field, in creative writing. I had a future professor who said, everything is just a draft until you die. And I think that if you look at startup business companies, they take everything as feedback. Any kind of failure is just like, oh, this is not the right product for this audience yet. Let's see how we can incorporate the feedback and really give people what they want. Or let's re-envision what we were thinking and see how to incorporate those changes. And the same thing with creative writing, honestly, is that you think that you're writing the most brilliant idea and it might be trash. Or you might think that this is just a side project and it's going to win the Pulitzer.
My initial advice really is you just got to plug your nose and you got to jump into the deep end and you just got to do it. Be your biggest advocate, ask questions, don't be shy, and really just kind of like invest in yourself. I mean, growing up, you always hear people talking about Cornell University and Ithaca College. And, you know, being with the background I was in, Cornell and Ithaca College just weren't really an option. So my option was to start at TC3. And one of the things I found right off the bat was many of the professors at TC3 are actually people who have either graduated from or also work and teach at both Ithaca College and Cornell University. So the level of education you're getting for the amount of money that you're spending, I don't know if you can get a better value, to be honest with you.
Well, you can't really pursue more without a solid foundation. But just the foundation that I got really helped me with my confidence to move forward. And even if I hit a wall and felt like, I had failed at some point, it's easier to fall back on that foundation and realize that, no, this is just a rough draft. This is just the creative process. And just keep going, like figure out what you want because you have the solid foundation to back you up.
I always think about the professors, their voices are in the back of my head saying, why not try both? Why can't you find that third way? Why is there only ever two options? Why are people always trying to narrow you down into a box? And for someone who doesn't really fit into any assumed box from other people, I make my own boxes and then I step outside of them. And honestly, that's from my most formative college years at TC3, where professors were like, yes, and you can do it all. If you have the energy, you can do it. In my last semester, I signed up for 22 credits and I had a part-time job and an internship and nobody said anything. They just let me sign up for it. And I think that honestly is one of the things that TC3 is really, really good at, is showing so many possibilities where other people are trying to shut doors. They're always saying, here's another door. What about this one? And we'll help you walk through it and unlock it for you if you really want to commit to it. And it's international. I met so many students from all over the world and bringing their expertise, not just the professors and all of that. I mean, it is, as I said, a hidden gem that I think is incredibly underrated. And it doesn't really matter if you start out somewhere higher. It matters what you do with the education that you commit to. So I honestly, that's the most valuable thing that I would say to encourage somebody. TC3 is a great choice. It's a brilliant choice. And I'm really, really grateful for it.
I'm speaking for the entire college when I say we're honored to have you all as our distinguished alumni. And so many students who are graduating today, when they're watching this, they're going to be the next Hughes. they're going to be the next ones going out and doing exactly what you guys are doing. And so yay for lighting the way for them and for showing them the sky's the limit. Yes, and. Yes, and. So thank you all.
Thank you, Professor X. Now, graduations are all about the students. And for our next two segments, we have pulled together student voices for you because nothing is more important than our hearing from you. First up, we have the president of the Student Government Association, Julia Gutierrez.
First and foremost, I would like to extend a big congratulations to all of the class of 2021 graduates. Your hard work and perseverance has paid off. Every single thing in life stems from taking the first step. You've all been here from taking the first step. Isn't it crazy how 2 years ago you were in a completely different place? You could have still been in high school or in a different academic program, or maybe you just were unhappy with your life. But at the end of the day, you're here. You're a TC3 graduate today. Can you imagine where you're going to be in 2 more years? You could be a doctor, a surgeon, a counselor, a social worker, an artist, or a producer. You're all going places. Tompkins Cortland Community College recognizes you for all of your accomplishments and applauds you for all of your hard work. And with that, I push you all to take a next step and a next step until you get to your end goal. Congratulations again, class of 2021.
Thank you, Julia. Each year, we invite a student to become a member of our Board of Trustees. Our next speaker is the student trustee, Ademoyo.
Thank you all for tuning in and participating in this remote commencement program. I know we all love the long Zoom and team meetings. In fact, I think we should be called the greatest graduating class in TC3's history, just for surviving all the thousands of Zoom classes and making it to this very moment today. But I digress. I am humbled and honored to be the student trustee and to be participating in this memorable event as a member of the 2021 graduating class. With great honor, I have served on the Board of Trustees over the past year. Unfortunately, my tenure started in the middle of the pandemic, but I was lucky enough to work with great members of the board and faculty who were tenacious enough to handle all the difficulties that accompanied this event. I am also very proud of my fellow graduates because without your patience, hard work, flexibility, and ability to adapt, this day would have been impossible to attain. I thank you all for working with me and trusting me to be your voice and representative on the school board. Congratulations to us, the graduating class of 2021, and our families. I know we will all go on to do great things, and I wish us all the best of luck in all our future endeavors.
This year, we have a lovely gift for you, a music video produced by our audio production class led by Chauncey Bennett, directed by one of our graduates, Justin Spicer, and sung beautifully by one of our students, Alice Goddard. Please enjoy.
Class of 2021, this is for you. It's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna
At this time, I want you to think back on your journey and your path, because it takes a village to... All right, Pounce, that's the last one I'm giving you, okay? All right, what I mean to say is nobody does this alone. So in closing, I want you to think about the people who helped you get here. And that could be family. It could be friends. It could be a coworker. It could be a tutor. It could be a faculty member. It could be a member of our staff. And think about the positive impact that they had on you. And today, I want you to celebrate. But maybe in a couple days or a few weeks or months, or it could even be years, I want to encourage you to take some time and reach out to one of those people who made a difference. And I want you to thank them. I think it'll mean a lot to them. And I think it'll be an important way of marking that this is a group effort and we're all doing this together. So what I really want to say, though, is congratulations to the graduates of 2021. Jacob Gott, General Studies. Audrey Inman, Human Services. Michaela Lisborough, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and Biotechnology Certification. Emma Sosby, Liberal Arts and Science, Humanities. Carmelina Vigilati Martinez, Liberal Arts and Science General Studies, and a member of Phi Theta Kappa. Francesco Vigilati Martinez, Construction and Environmental Tech.
Samantha Gentz, Chemical Dependency. Michael Brindisi, Radio and Television Broadcasting. Claire Perini, Human Services. Elizabeth McGuire, Nursing. Mackenzie Van D, Human Services and Criminal Justice. Tyler Thomas, Recreation Leadership, and winner of the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence.
Celeste Forkey, Nursing. Zamira Rose Caldwell, Liberal Arts, Math and Science. Zachary Michaels, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Tenley Webb, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Harrison Ack, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Cassidy Evans, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Maya Ling Black, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Tiana English, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Corinne Hubbard, Applied Science and Technology, and a member of Phi Theta Kappa. Cameron Pastorelli, Human Services. Daniel Hoffman, Biology. Peyton Whitmore, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, diploma presented by President Montague and her mother, Tompkins Cortland's own Carrie Coates Whitmore. Sean Ford, Construction and Environmental Technology. Dakota Bruner, Criminal Justice, diploma presented by Dr. Montague and by Dakota's mother, Tracy Bruner. Hunter Bruner, Criminal Justice, diploma presented by President Montague and TC3's own Tracy Bruner, Hunter's mother. Peyton Coral, Human Services. Cassidy Dan, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, diploma presented by President Montague and Cassidy's mother, our very own Vicky Pusur. Sophie Callister, Chemical Dependency Counseling. Monique Kapoor-Molian, Biology and Math Sciences, and a College Now student. Jack Budameso, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Michaela Snyder, Human Services. Anna Salzi, Criminal Justice. Kalpana Sharma, Exercise Studies. Amber Guerra, Substance Abuse Counseling. Marcus Bray, Liberal Arts, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Gabrielle Brawawa, Liberal Arts and Science, Math Science, and a College Now student. Jeanette Parson, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a member of Phi Theta Kappa. Hilal Al-Savory, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Yasmin Taratz, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Zachary Swislowski, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a member of College Now. Mackenzie Dunlap, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Maya Turner, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Nathaniel Murzowski, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Dana Gutierrez, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Ryan Stiles, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Kala Chu, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Jessica Paulson, Accounting. Rose Heddick, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Michael Guido, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Samantha Anks-Mencia, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Zachary Braffman, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Jordan Bale, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Kylie Davey, Liberal Arts and Science, Math Science, and a College Now student. Catherine Woodard, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Colin Williams, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Bridget Riley, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Henry Storch, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Lisa Antonova, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Claire Deary, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Stephanie Pierce, Business Administration. Rachel Klein, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Joa Yi, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Billy Frank, Early Childhood Education. Jocelyn Jackson, Human Services. Mary Vanek, Hotel and Restaurant Management, a member of Phi Theta Kappa, and a member of the National Society on Leadership and Success. Samantha Farley, Criminal Justice, accompanied by her daughter, Cody Farley. Haley Burton, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Katie Ann Schubug, Business Administration. Kennedy Dyer Decatur, Liberal Arts and Science, Math Science, and a College Now student. Jackson Slade, Liberal Arts and Science, Math Science, and a College Now student. Emma DiMatteo, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Frumka Vitali, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. Caleb Manning, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, and a College Now student. JC Hatfield, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Science, and a College Now student. Madison Kamak, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, accompanied by her daughter, Brooklyn Kamak. Melanie Merchant, dual degree Nursing and General Studies. Amber Tuning, Liberal Arts and Science, Social Science, accompanied by her daughters, Autumn and Logan. Shelby Soper, liberal arts and science, general studies, and a College Now student. Cora Anderson, liberal arts and science, general studies, and a College Now student. Casey Westendorf, criminal justice. Wesley Lewis, broadcast production. Adriana Murphy, liberal arts and science, general studies, and a College Now student. Rochelle Drum, paralegal and business administration. Savannah Williams, human services. Jeremiah Forehand, construction and environmental tech, and a College Now student. Jackie Elliott, human services. Courtney Hasten, business administration. Allison Morgan, human services. Cassandra Bruner, nursing. Rebecca Garbo, nursing, accompanied by Micah Garbo. Cecilia Brown, criminal justice. Christy Adams, graphic design. Jessica Gordon, nursing. Christine Wills, nursing. Andrea Bell, chemical dependency counseling. Nicole Nickerson, nursing, accompanied by Liliana and Logan. Gail Thompson, nursing, accompanied by Elizabeth. Heather Stevens, nursing. Shay Woldridge, nursing. Jennifer Chorba, nursing. Haven Wong, nursing. Serena Gaines, nursing. Tia Soprano, nursing. Aaliyah Young, environmental studies and a College Now student. Kayla Johnson, nursing. Wendy Contento, nursing. Sylvia Jungbauer, nursing and a member of Phi Theta Kappa. Valentine Junjat, Business Administration. Ademoyo, Liberal Arts and Science General Studies, and the Student Trustee. Alicia Karpinski, Liberal Arts and Science General Studies, and a College Now student. Leonora Randall, Graphic Design, and a member of Phi Theta Kappa. Amelia Kaufman, Graphic Design. Amanda McNally, Graphic Design. Carrie Simon, Graphic Design. Michelle Lamorte, Graphic Design, and a member of Phi Theta Kappa. Lisa Orsel, Business Administration. Emily Plummer, Early Childhood Education. Sarah Hansen, Wine Marketing. Davina Jabaji, Chemical Dependency Counseling. Gabriella Ampandarco, Liberal Arts and Science, Math Science. Melanie LaFleur, Early Childhood Education. Michaela Berry, Biotechnology, and a member of Phi Theta Kappa. Sophie Izzo, Environmental Studies. Harrison Neufeld, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Essence Pack, Sustainable Farming and Food Systems. Tina Pierce, Criminal Justice. Dallas Lang, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies. Tanner Sorbera, Criminal Justice. Wesley Floor, Business Administration. Wallace Haberlock, Human Services, diploma awarded by President Montague and Professor Anna Regula. Caleb Thompson, Liberal Arts and Science General Studies, degree awarded by President Montague and by Tompkins Cortland's own Seth Thompson, his father. Corbin Riker, Digital Cinema. Crow Guyette, Graphic Design. Carlotta Case, Graphic Design. Justin Spicer, Digital Cinema. Marissa Todd, Digital Cinema, and I want to take a moment to recognize that the idea for the format of our creative commencement and the opportunity to allow family and friends to celebrate with graduates was hers. Thank you. Brandon Riley, Digital Cinema. Brooklyn Davis, Human Services, accompanied by Yanni. Charity Cole, Human Services. Andler Apawitpa, New Media, and a member of the Commencement Committee. Adam Hill, Culinary Arts. Nobel 2, Nursing. Tuck McKee, Digital Cinema. Victor Mercado, Culinary Arts. Alexis Aika, Liberal Arts and Science, Social Science. Natia Aika, Liberal Arts and Science, General Studies, accompanied by Nevea.